What's going on, everyone? This is Jose. Welcome back to another episode of the single player Let's Play series. So today, I think it's pretty clear at this point what I would like to do. If you paid attention to the last episode, I mentioned something about expanding the basement because of a few things that I wanted to do down here, and I think it's about time that I do them. However, there's a few things that I want to make sure of because our refined storage network is about to get expanded just a pretty whopping amount. I've got a lot of refined storage stuff going on down here, so I think it's about time that I use these two extra rooms that I made. I've been keeping a color theme going on, so we have purple and red, and this one's taller for a reason. Actually, just realized how actually perfect that looks up there. That's kind of cool. Huh. So, I have purposes for both of these rooms, and one of the things that I think we should go ahead and do is get ourselves into the wireless networking world. There's a few different things we actually want from this, and one of the things that I realized the other day is that we are currently sitting on a lot of extra fuel. And while this is great, this also means that there is room for expansion. And so I'm going to get started with that because a lot of the stuff that we're going to do is going to require a lot of RF. So let's go ahead and get 4. I'm missing electrical steel. Alright, well, I'll have to go upstairs for that. No big deal. Electrical steel is just going to be... How many electrical steel was I missing? For 4 of them? Let's see. Missing 1. Really? Just 1. Okay, well, we'll go ahead and get just 1 for now. But then we'll also consider the fact that I'm probably going to want some more later. We'll just go ahead and do that. So, let's see. Do that. Don't worry, these recipes are part of my plan as well. So let's go ahead and grab ourselves 4 combustion generators. This should not take long. I was right, didn't take long at all. So let's also grab facades. We're going to need 4 of them. We're just going to make 2 more. We already had 2. And we're going to need some more conduits. We're going to need 2, 3, 4... And then 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's get to painting these. The nice thing is with the system that we have set up, it's very easy to get moving as far as expanding your quantity of combustion generators. I didn't know you could paint combustion generators. The more you know. So we will start with, actually we're going to grab the conduit probe and let me hop down here. We'll copy the settings again. And then we will paste these settings. Paste. And paste. And then we will just facade these on our way out. And we'll do the same over here. We'll just break that, expand, expand, and then actually I think we can go and do the facades now because I don't believe this makes a difference. It'll hide the facade anyway, so pretty cool. So now that we have ourselves a little bit more power production, not that we really needed it yet as of now, but we will by the end of this episode, I would hope, is we're going to want to make ourselves a few things from refined storage because I want to have more networking available down here, and I think it might be useful to have a wireless RF transmitter for our grid, as well as a, well, we're going to want an auto crafting, or I think it's called a molecular assembler still? I don't know. No, okay, so at reborn. What is it called? Just crafting frame and heat conductor and stuff. Okay, well that's not too bad. I want to make a very big one of these though, so, let me just see. I'll just throw this away. Let me see about adding these recipes into what we currently have with our smaller crafting grids. You'll see, like I said, these crafters, I've just not got a lot of them anymore, that are empty at least. So let's go ahead and grab a pattern, and we'll start that up. We'll grab about 16 of them. Now, do you know how to make iron bars? Yes, okay, good. So we can start by teaching you this recipe. You already know iron bars, so this recipe should be fine. The crafting CPU, that should be fine. And lastly, crafting storage. 1K storage part, it does not know, but it does know all of this, although our silicone situation is definitely not infinite. But I think I should have everything here. You should know how to make a crafting table, right? Yes. And everything else. Cool. So that only took 5 patterns to get all of that in. And so now what we can do is if we want to get... actually, let me run over here to the actual normal one. So we'll go ahead and grab ourselves crafting storage. Let me just think. Why don't we just start with 27? What am I going to run out of? Glass. You don't know how to make glass. That's fair. I don't think I ever taught you how to do smelting recipes. Kind of on purpose. Kind of. So we'll just put that there for now. Take a nap real quick as well. Alright, so crafting storage. I said 27 of these, right? Crafting storage, start. This reminds me though, one of the things that I have been considering doing is making some Britannia items real quick. So let's do that while we're here. We've got the items available to us, so may as well. I'm going to need one. Alright, so let me grab... Oops. So I'm gonna want 2 conjuration or 2 alchemy catalysts. So it's gonna be 2 of those, and then I'm gonna need a 3rd one. Oh, between episodes, I did forget to mention this. Between episodes, I changed around this setup quite substantially. I've added... What the heck? Alright, give me a second. Alright, that's better. I have expanded our sugar supply and made a set of 10-10-10 sugarcane seeds, and we have 5 of them here. And I also added an auto shut-off system down here using detectors. We're not doing fantastic on sugar, but we're doing a lot better than we were. This entire setup is now made such that if we're over a stack of sugarcane, then we shouldn't, in theory, be producing or we should be producing a signal using our detectors. It's kind of hard to show you, actually. Let me see if I can sneak back right there. Why? That's getting very annoying. I guess I'll just show you over here. So this is set to emit a redstone signal on yellow. Yellow is for all of the wheat mechanical users, and all of these have now been set to redstone off. So as you see, we're not spilling wheat everywhere. Pretty useful. And let me just fix the wall here. I do like having this one behind a wall. But yeah, the new sugarcane setup seems to be working a little bit better. But I have all of these... well, I've got all this mana now. Honestly, it's pretty cool. So I have a plan for all the mana. Oops, I actually came over here for a reason. It was to turn all of these into that, and all of those into that. And then we'll do... No, I didn't mean to do that. Dang it. Wait, did I? Yes, I did. But this I want 1 of. My bad. I thought I made a very big mistake there. And so now if I do catalyst, that should be everything. Perfect. We're also going to want a few mana pools again. I think I've already got 1, but we're going to want a few more. So let me grab, let's see. think that should be okay. And we're also going to want a mana distributor now, so we'll grab those, bring them with me, and do that. So what I'm going to do is this. I gotta admit, I'm kind of not liking how this has been going lately. How this is, I don't know, this has been kind of bothering me. So, what if I did... Let's start one step at a time. What if I do this? I'm going to start working on spreading out the mana from this pool. We'll do this right here, and we're going to just start moving up. So I'll be back when I'm done moving, because this is going to take a little while. Alright, so how about this? I think this actually turned out very cool. I went through and named my travel anchors real quick, because it's something that I've been needing to do. And, you know, I forgot something. I wanted to make one more mana pool. There we go. That's better. So I've named them all. I've moved this down here, and it doesn't have... I originally wanted it so that if I jumped straight up, it would work like an elevator. But, ooh, what? That's not what I was wanting. But it's a little bit different now, but that's fine, because I hardly ever will need to go down here anymore. Ideally, if things work out. This should be something that I seldom have to do. So, up here we have one called Mana Gen, which is, well, that's where I make my mana. And then if we go up a story, there's actually a midway point now. This is where I put one of the mana pools, and I've made this the where I create our runic altar recipes. So we have our normal mana spreader still going up, but it also has another one coming out and into a runic altar. So we can do our runic altar recipes here. Just a nice kind of quiet place to be. It's not crazy, but that's okay. I don't really do a whole lot of botany stuff. And I think this area is well enough lit, right? Oh, no, not right here. I'm glad I checked that, because I'd really be mad if I came up here and there was a creeper. What if I do that? There we go, and that keeps it kind of oddly dark again still. Perfect. And then the last level that you go up gets you all the way up here, and I want this guy. Perfect. And so now I've gotten our mana spreaders pointing out here to these mana pools for the Elven Guard portal. And as I was suggested, I did throw in my Lexica Botanica into it as an Akashic Tome, actually. Very interestingly enough, I just went through, chose the Lexica Botanica, and in its Lexica Botanica form threw it, and got back the Akashic Tome again. So I'm very happy that that worked. I don't know how that worked necessarily. But that's alright, not for me to figure out. So, I also threw down our Conjuration and Alchemy Catalysts here, because with those here, this will allow me to duplicate some items. Not many items, there are very few in which it works. And in fact, I should figure out which one is which, because they're very hard to tell once you have mana. Fortunately, this is the Conjuration Catalyst one. So let me show you guys how this one works. This one's really cool. So one of the resources that I have a feeling we're going to run low on is glowstone. We have some now. Actually, quartz is one we always run low on, isn't it? If I come up here to the gardens and throw in quartz, if I stand right here, it's a perfect place to be. And look at that, we turned one stack of quartz into two. I suggest standing pretty nearby this. If you can stand either on top of your mana distributor or on top of a mana spreader, or just fly like I am. You don't want your quartz to accidentally hit one of your nearby mana pools. Same goes for redstone and glowstone. They also have normal mana pool recipes. So just be careful. This is going to drain a lot of mana though. Like here, watch. So if we did another stack. Look at how much mana that dropped. And we are out of mana in that pool, but we just got like 4 stacks of quartz. So, I think this is really worth it. The last thing that I haven't really done yet that I should probably get around to doing is relocating this frickin' terrestrial agglomeration plate. My terra steel needs to be moved. because I want to make some more, don't get me wrong. The problem is I still don't really know where to put it. I'm not really crazy for how it looks, to be completely honest. How the agglomeration plate looks. I'm trying to think of any kind of cool things we could do with how it looks, as far as like maybe making a platform or a pillar or something, but I don't really know. I can't really think of anything, although okay, here's an idea. Let me go, why don't we do this? Let me go over here and grab some more dreamwood. I might have an idea that won't look too awful. If I grab chisel and bit stuff, you know it's going to be the bits. So, with that there, what if I did something like how I like to do my line tool? Did I grab a negative pattern? I did. Good, good. That's a good thing. With this specific one, I have to get very close because the bits kind of get away from me. Let's see, connect plane. And now if I do this, that, and that, no big deal. I don't want to make this again though, so what I can do is I have a wrench somewhere. Yeah, we'll just use this one. So I can take this one, and I think if I right click on this face, no, this face, yeah, there we go. That's what I was wanting. And now I can get an upside down pattern for it. And the best part about an upside down negative pattern is it, or well, any negative pattern, but this one, since it's upside down, is I can come at this from both ways and make fully rounded out corners. Well, rounded in a pyramid kind of way, you know? So my last thought is then, what if I did something kind of... Yeah, I'm not sure. I feel like this might be alright, but we'll see if I keep it. It feels a little bit obnoxious still. But the problem is that I'm not sure which one's more obnoxious, if I don't like this more or if I don't like the other. So, I think I'm just going to leave that as it is for now. I have no really big ideas on that. I am going to eventually make 4 sparks for the mana pools. In fact, why don't I go do that now? And now that we have a quartz supply, we can do some very nice things. So let's go ahead and grab 3 more sparks. Oh, blaze powder. Sag mill. Thank you, friend. And this will be the last thing that I do, I promise. I know I've been doing Britannia non-stop for a while. And those are all linked together? Yes, yes, yes. Good. Done. Ooh, nope, not done. Had a grass block. A few grass blocks. I'll fix that some other time. I want to move on to this. So, we have crafting... We should have crafting storages. Perfect. So these, I think when you place them down, they don't do anything. Because they're part of a multi-block machine. Okay, that's interesting. Definitely a bug. I don't know if it's a silk touch bug. Let me try it with my normal fortune drill. Yep, nope, just a bug on the dropped item. Okay, well, I'll report that to... Oh, who made that one? I don't even remember. Weird. Alright, 1 second. Alright, so I think, based on the dimensions of this, why don't we go and lay this out some, and hopefully we don't misplace any of these. Because I think if we lay this out, this will give us an idea of what other sizes and blocks and quantities we're going to be looking at. So let me just get some of this stuff put away, because I have a lot of stuff all over the place. Actually, I do want that, but that, no, not that. This can go away. And then we'll just toss these in there. Travel anchor is actually left over. I didn't end up using it like I thought I would. And you go there and there. Perfect. So, if I grab, we'll just grab, what do I have? Cobblestone? That'll work. I thought I had a lot more than that, but I evidently don't. This is going to go down here in this room. And I know I had brought up the idea of doing wireless stuff, but it doesn't look like it'll be happening this episode. So we're going to have a 5x5 machine here. And this is going to be like the outside machine casing. If I understand everything correctly, that's kind of how this all works. So now I will have 9, 18, and 27 of these crafting storages. And it says, of course, storage is not a valid frame of the block. That's fine. I don't really need a valid frame. Why don't we try to figure out exactly how many of the outer frame we're going to need, as well as how many of the inner we're going to need, because there's different pieces to this, I believe. I haven't actually played with this, to be honest. So I'm just going to kind of wing it on the Let's Play itself. I have a feeling it's pretty self-explanatory. If it does what it says it does, then I know exactly how this works, because I loved AE1 auto crafting. It was very, very preferred for me. So that's going to be 52. I'm going to need 52 of those other ones then. It was the crafting frame. I'm going to need 52 of these. I hope these aren't expensive. They are. Goodness. Okay, well, that'll take a little while. That's going to use 260 gold. Well, might be due for a mining trip at some point between episodes then. Let me come back when we get all these crafting frames. Alright, so they are done. Let me turn debug mode off. Sorry, I had to go report that bug in between while I was waiting for these to craft. So, I should be able to, at this point, although... So, I'm going to need 78 of the other ones, actually. Which ones are they? Is it these? Yeah, these. I think. Fortunately, this one doesn't use all of my freaking gold, so that's nice. Could I be exploiting a bug right now? I totally could be. I definitely could exploit a bug here, but I'm not. I'm a nice guy. I'm understanding of bugs, and I'm not here to break mechanics. I just want to play the dang game. Whoops. Speaking of playing the game, I broke some of that. Whoops. But yeah, so, like, I don't know. There's just a lot of stuff that I'm very excited about with this. Do the crafters we have work just fine? Yes. But is this cooler? Absolutely. And I have a feeling it's going to store a whole lot more of the crafting storage. Now, I've got to be honest. I never do this. Normally, whenever I install a mod on my single player, I go through and I test it in creative and I know everything about it and know its caveats. I did not do this here. This is the first time where I literally have... What you see now is the first time I've ever done anything with this. I don't know how these work. I don't know if I'm building this right. I'm going to guess. I don't even know. There's not much documentation, but I can assume that assuming that everything is exactly how it says it is, which is based off of AE1, then I don't need any explanation for this. That being said, this is, for me, very on the limb, or on the lamb, rather. Like, what is the word I'm looking for? What is the phrase I'm looking for? Just spur of the moment. That's kind of what I was thinking more of. Because this will leave us room, though, for 18 of the crafting CPUs. Hopefully, that'll work. Oops. So let's grab 18 of these. How are we coming? We are not. Did I run out of silicone? Oh, no, you were just crafting a whole lot of these. Okay, my fault. So I'll sit here and wait then, because I have the last blocks that I need for the crafting frame, but I want to wait until I have the, whatever they're called, heating cores, or let me see. Heat conductors. I want to wait until I have those because they'll need to go on the top, bottom, and the sides. If this is what I think it is. If this is still how it works. Again, no clue. Completely spur of the moment. So we're going to find out if I'm just wasting time here or what. Alright, so the heat conductors are done. And I think the crafting CPU should be working. If I look at refined storage, you're probably, yep, it's doing stuff still. Good. So while it's busy doing stuff, we can work on filling in the rest of the assembly here. And let's see. Like I said, I think this is supposed to be exactly the same as Applied Energistics 1, and so if it is, then this should be very familiar to you. Let's just hope that they were true to their words here. We'll see. Oh, you know what I can do? I can totally do... here, let me have this, and... I was really hoping that I could trick it here. One last thing that I might try, I doubt it's gonna work, is if I took a piston to it, but we'll see. Let's try it. And if not, then I will just have to fix it. No, that's not where I wanted you at all. There. Nope. Okay, give me just a minute. Alright, so if I close this in... Good to see that I am very successful at my math. Hey, it works exactly the way I thought it would. That's awesome. And look at all these recipes. Holy cow. Holy cow. 27. So each one of those things that I made, the crafting storage, was how many? Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Let's see. 12, 13. 13 times 6 is 78. Yes, I think. 78 times 27. That I'm going to have to bring out. That's 2,106 crafting recipes that we can now store. Can you freaking believe that? Now, here's the question. This is where I think the extra energy production that I just made is going to be not only required, but well worth it. Let me come down here. I'm going to hope that this doesn't bite me in the butt someday, that I've made my refined storage network expand across so many chunks. I've heard bad things about doing this, and I just don't know what to believe anymore. I'm gonna hope this is just gonna continue to work exactly the way I want it to. Partially because I'm in a single player is part of what I hope that for, is because I don't have to restart the server. I just have to come and go. So maybe this will work, but who knows. Now, I've got... Do I have networking stuff here? No, I've got item conduit stuff here. I'm trying to think of where is the furthest reach that I have of networking. It might behoove me to actually drop this down yet another block. Oh, dang it. I was trying not to do that. Now, the cool thing is this works in tandem with the crafters from the mod itself, from Refined Storage itself. And so, as a result of the inter-mod workings, I can still use the crafters that I have, and I will need them for machine recipes still in the future. But for now, I can also do kind of whatever the heck I want. So the question is I think somewhere over here, by this point, somewhere over here, I should have a cable. Yep, there it is. It was exactly on the level that I prepared for, so that's nice. Let me just come over here and grab, I don't think 38 will be enough, so we'll grab another 48. Why not? And let's hook this monstrosity to our refined storage network. Why don't we? I may have gone in a little bit over my head. I'll be honest with you. I did not think that those were going to have as many storage or crafting recipes stored inside of them. If I had known, I probably would have made a 3x3 one instead of a 5x5 one. Nonetheless, here we are. The server, or my single player, did not crash as a result of hooking this up, so that much is nice. But what I'm not looking forward to seeing is how much does this sucker use? Because I'm gonna bet that it's some atrocious amount of power. In fact, well, we're keeping up for now. Let's see. I think I can break this. Wow. Oh yeah. Oof. Yikes. So this is going to start using 315 RF per tick. Wow. Just wow. Let me go make 100% sure that I don't want to reconsider the size because of how much I'm producing. Why am I only producing 60? Oh, I know why. So that was using... Okay, well, to be honest, let me see. So we're making 1600 RF per tick because we're making 160 RF per tick on 10 generators. And I think this system should be having no problem keeping up. Right now, the problem is that these stinkers here have all filled themselves up with the wrong fluid. I think all of them have. Well, these have rocket fuel. Hooch and you. Let me just reset. And that'll solve that problem. Hooch. No thanks. And then... Hooch and you as well, so we'll do that. And so now all of these should be running on rocket fuel instead of Hooch. So now that we have emptied those, how are we doing on Hooch still? That's my concern, is that we're going to run out of Hooch, but we seem to be doing okay on it. Oh, I made 2 of these with Hooch, didn't I? Yeah, so we're definitely fine. I feel like we've got a bit of an overkill system here, definitely. But the upside is, 1, we have a really cool looking room, and 2, we now have an entire room, because I didn't really make this clear. We have this room for the crafting grids, but we also have this room and another room for automatic recipes from machines. That was kind of one of the things that I did not discuss, was the fact that I actually plan on... Ooh, I've been using the wrong blocks for that. I probably should have, like, switched these up a little bit. Sorry, I'm trying to keep kind of a... kind of a unique flow. These are actually 2 different blocks. I don't know if you can notice. One of these is weathered and one of these is normal. I don't know why I like the look of it. It just, you know, it barely makes a difference, but you can kind of see the difference that a few of them are worn down a little more than others. Holy cow, this was cool though. So I'm going to work on migrating all of our recipe or all of our patterns from the old system to the new one, and then that will save us a little bit of RS and also give us a lot of open crafters again. So yeah, let me do that real quick. I am very excited though. That's cool. Very cool. So I've got everything moved in here. Believe it or not, I'm actually still keeping the page system, or rather a sort of sorting system, organization system, I guess is more the word I'm looking for all of my recipes, because I like to keep things clumped together in a logical and sequential manner. So far I'm only using 4 different pages, and I've got 27 freaking pages. I can't imagine I'll have all that much stuff that I'll ever need. So essentially right now, if you take a look here, we have the vanilla page comes first. This has all my vanilla crafting recipes. This is all my refined storage crafting recipes. All of my Ender IO, and all of my actually additions, which you gotta consider there's more to it. So I'll probably have, because there's not a lot from actually additions that I'll need to autocraft, so that'll probably be shared to something else. Holy cow, though, we are doing really well. So far, all of these are off and just kind of slowly working through their buffer. And that's the thing, is these are producing way more power than I'm even using. So we're doing pretty good, but we're looking at a pretty good point for the wrapping up of the episode. So probably going to go ahead and call it quits there for today. And for the next episode tomorrow, because it is 2 a.m. right now, I will probably get a whole lot of auto crafting of machines. Because look, I've got 6 extra crafters and I've got all this room. That's going to free up a lot of space upstairs as well. Oh yeah, let me show you upstairs. If I go, we can just run over to EU production. Is EU production even showing up? I feel like it doesn't even render. No, it does. Oh, maybe it only renders on one side. Interesting. But we've freed up a decent amount of space up here. Like, quite a nice bit, actually. So I might be able to free up even more. I know these can go away soon. So, pretty cool stuff. I'm very excited. But you guys will have to wait until the next episode to see what comes up next. So I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I will catch you guys next time.